Hello and welcome to a set review of my favourite LEGO sets and my complete favourite from the HP series, the Burrow. To start by saying, I'm doing a lot of reviews of my old sets right now that I had before I started doing videos, so that because upcoming at the moment, extremely soon, I have my wave of birthday reviews for the sets I get for my birthday, and then not that long after that I have my wave of Christmas reviews, so I've got a lot of reviews to do, and I won't be able to do too many after that of older sets, and that's why I'm doing some of them now. I'm starting with my favourite, so I'll make sure I get them done. Here is basically the Burrow. Now I'm going to go through it step by step. We're going to start with small things and then work our way up. And so, yep. Now this is an especially good set in terms of minifigures because we get 4 minifigures we don't get in any other sets. One of them we get in another outfit in another set, and that's obviously Ginny, but the other 3 we don't get in any other sets at all, in any other outfits or anything. So I've almost got them here in an order of how rare they're considered in sort of the LEGO Harry Potter world. So first here on the rarest end I have Bellatrix, of course, because of this newly cast extremely rare hairpiece, which it's very detailed and it is the ABS plastic, so it's not bendy like a lot of people thought it is, because you do get a lot of the bendy hair pieces now, and even entire heads made out of that rubber material, for example Dobby's. But no, this is ABS, which I put what ABS stands for on one of my other reviews, which was a long time ago, so I'm sure most of you won't remember, but I'll put it on here if I can find it again. Well, I can't really remember where I found it out in the first place now. Right, here we have Molly Weasley, another one that is exclusive to this set. I'm pretty sure, as well as Bellatrix, that she wasn't in any of the old versions in another form before the new lot of Harry Potter sets started, back when they had really old Harry Potter sets, because that went on until 2007 before they ended it, and then it came back in 2011, or was it 2010? It doesn't really matter with the dates right now because it's a review, not a documentation. Well, here we have Arthur Weasley, again, exclusive to this set. I think we do have an Arthur Weasley before this one, in the old series. I mean, I'm not too sure about that. I'm pretty sure there's one with the old version of the before the Flying Ford Anglia. Next is Ginny, and this is the only set where she wears these clothes, I will say. Well, it was. I believe it was in the Diagon Alley as well, eventually. I'm not sure if that's right, but I'm pretty sure that she was in Diagon Alley. But she was definitely in her Hogwarts clothes, which is actually, it's considered more rare now, but it didn't used to be. Yeah, Ginny again, with same hair, same head, same wand, but just school clothes. And then she's also got an older version of her, again in similar covers, but like most of them, they're older versions. And again, here we have Finnegan Greyback, who is actually another one who was first exclusive to this set, but since has appeared in Diagonally, which is a huge set. It's the biggest in the new Harry Potter lineup, and I only know one person who's got it in like most of these sets. Although to be fair, I am the only person I know who's got this particular one because it is one of the larger ones for Burrow, even if it's not as large as Diagonally. And then here we have the Harry Potter. Now this Harry Potter comes in every set, in at least one form, but this is possibly the least rare form. I think this is less rare than his uniform, in my opinion. I'm not quite sure about that. I'd have to check that up, although I think it's relatively equal. And plus, this is extremely similar to same head, same hair piece, and I think same torso. And like I said, other than the back printing, which you can see here, it is extremely similar to the other ones. I may just mention all of the minifigures, other than Greyback, have printed backs. You can see Ginny's here. So I'm struggling to focus this at the moment, but you can sort of see that. Can see Arthur's without having to lift up his head actually, which is useful. I think this is a repeated printing, but last time we saw it was on a different colour. And then again, her printing as well. I may just mention that her front printing on both the legs and shirt is quite good as well. It's quite detailed. He even has little sewing sticks and a bit of string coming out and stuff. It's quite nice when we do things like that. And then again, Bellatrix, she has printing on her back, and she also has, I don't like the two-sided head on Bellatrix, I just like to mention, because the first side's good, yeah, but the second side, where she looks scared, it just looks a bit weird, really. But and then also there's printing on this piece, the sort of piece we get with McGonagall, and it's like a different shape. It's basically just an actual Lego piece, but with a minifigure body stuck on it, because it doesn't have the same grip or anything. It is literally a Lego piece with the normal size studs on top. And that's all I have to say on minifigures. So, bye. Now, this is the smallest bit of the actual set. I'll probably spend less time on this one than the minifigures, to be honest. This is the small catapult thing. It's like the one we see in Quidditch, only with the pieces are different and stuff because it's set to be a different style. And it is the same kind of catapult we see in a bunch of Lord of the Rings sets now, which obviously hadn't came out at the time. And so it was really in Harry Potter that we first saw them in a large amount. And I'll just do this here. Yeah, you all know how that works. What you should do by now. I'll just try it again. Yeah, and that went straight for the camera then. You see, it doesn't go very well, but it rolls a bit afterwards and stuff, so you know, it's alright. There's 4 of them. It's, personally, I know a lot of people are going to be annoyed with me for saying this, but I actually prefer Flickfire missiles. I mean, I find them both very annoying, but I prefer Flickfire missiles by a lot. Because you don't really get any of them in Harry Potter. There's all Lord of the Rings, actually, but they're still throwing them into Star Wars all the time. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got it with Bellatrix here just because that's the minifigure I chose to. I told you it wouldn't take long to review this. Right, that's it. Hold on. This is this bit, basically. We see Greyback. I've just got him as the minifigure here. But basically, this scene is, it's one of the quite a lot of animals in this set is the frog, which we also see as a chocolate frog in the Hogwarts train set, but now you can't really see that, can you? I'll just put that back here, and then has these blue pieces which really seem to stand out a bit. I don't really get them. I guess it's supposed to be some kind of water, but you know. I have seen films, but I remember the books a lot more, and the entire scene where the burrow's set on fire wasn't in the books. I mean, of course, the burrow itself is accurate to the books because it's in all of the books, even half blood prints, but it's not set fire to, and then Death Eaters don't come or anything. It's just it's one of those scenes where they just make it up completely. But you know, I'm sure it's quite a popular scene. It's one that everyone likes. It brings back the famous line of Bellatrix's choice, which is, of course, "I killed Sirius Black." But you know, and I like it for that. Bellatrix is a pretty awesome character, and of course, the actor Helena Bonham Carter is amazing. I cannot say that enough. I'm going to see Great Expectations when that comes out with her. You know, that should be good, and then hoping to see some other films that she's in. She was in King's Speech as well. That was good. But you know, there's a lot of good stuff she's in. And then here, it has the same sort of catapult thing again, but this time the projectile is a bit of fire. Wait, and again that fires off. That went quite. I think that actually went further, and which is weird because it doesn't really roll afterwards. But here you can see it's just a little yellow bit with a fire on, and then that can be put back here. And there's these little bush pieces which are, you know, and then there's a little, so you can see a little stone bit, and I usually have Bellatrix standing on that in my scenes, and Fiona Greyback standing nearer to a fire. That's all I have to say about this bit. Again, catapult, you know, just because LEGO is still trying to hang on to their younger fans with playability and stuff, and not all for collectors. So, you know. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this particular part. Come on, here we have the fireplace, which I didn't actually show you in the start bit because I didn't think it fits very well in with the scene, especially since it doesn't fit inside the burrow or anything, which is kind of annoying because it's a bit out of place, but it is kind of cool that we added it again for playability reasons, really. In fact, what you notice with this set is the outside, the exterior of the burrow looks complete like the films, and then with the interior again, they had a bunch of playability stuff, and they had a bunch of playability stuff from the outside. That's just how LEGO does it nowadays. I've put Molly in because she doesn't have a wand, but you can do it with people who have a wand if you point it upwards or you finger it, and yeah, and you can even do it with Bellatrix, which a lot of people don't know but you can fit her in. It's not like that, what's it called now, the thing in Hogwarts that you can't fit McGonagall in because she has a similar piece on the bottom, obviously. You know, you put her in, and then you see the bit on the side here, that works as a lever, and you go, and boom, she's gone, in a flash of green fire. See the green fire piece there. That is a sticker. So both those pieces up there and that little wooden piece there are quite a few stickers in this, which is kind of annoying. I'm just going to get Molly because she basically fell on the floor. I'll just show you that from a sideways bit so you can sort of tell more what's happening. She goes, and then Molly flies across the table and falls off of it again. And then the detail on the sticker top is quite interesting and stuff, you know. They do put a bit of stuff into it, but mostly it's kind of blank, this really. There's not actually that many printed pieces in the set if you look, because it's mostly stickers, but, you know, it's alright. Now, that's all I have to say about this particular part of the set, but next, I'm going to have a lot to talk about the next part. Well, I'm going to talk about the actual bit now. I'm going to do this in 4 different sections, and I'll start with the first one. But first, I'm going to mention, this is not only an expensive set, but it is good for size. In fact, I cannot even fit the top of here on the actual webcam. If I just see, there is a tiny bit on top of there, and I cannot quite fit it all on. I can't quite align it. It's alright, I guess. Anyway, basically, maybe if I moved that a bit further away, or moved, well, the camera's as far away as it will go without, like, being in the next room, but, you know, then it's alright if I move it back a bit, but then it's likely to fall off the table, and trust me, I do not let this fall off the table. Anyway, so the first bit I'm going to look at is the exterior. Now, so I can see it myself, I'm going to turn it onto a slant so I can actually talk about it whilst I'm looking at it. So, because the exterior is quite nice. The detail that everyone notices straight away is all of the windows. If you look, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 windows. 8 windows on this set, which is a lot. Oh wait, no, 9. I think I didn't count that one. I don't think that is 9 windows. Yeah, a lot for one set. I don't know. Do you count that as a window? I would, but it doesn't really open. All the other windows do actually open. You see here, this opens, and then this opens. They can be a bit fiddly to get open, which is a bit of an annoyance sometimes. And also we have a door at bottom again on hinges and stuff, and will open and close. And also the other cool thing I find about the doors is if you have a key, whether it's from another set or from the same one, you can actually fit it into there and then twist it round, which is, pretty awesome. Now the decorative stuff in itself is, another good thing is you may notice the flowers in the little bits outside, and then they're colour coordinated as well, not just random. And then here we have basically we have lots of different colours for each section. We have sort of like, first we have this creamy colour, then it goes into the reddy bit, then it goes into a slightly darker creamy bit, then a reddy bit, then it goes into this wood coloured bit again, and then more of a reddy stuff but mixed in with the white as well. So there is a lot of different colours in this set. It sort of almost goes up in levels. You can see the pattern though a bit, once you look at it closely and stuff. And then most interesting window, of course, is this one, because of this little bit on top of it, which is quite intricate to construct. And then we have also these pieces, again, stickers, not printed. Who knows why, but and these are quite cool. This sort of like, it actually rests on this bit. If you wanted to, you could have it so it's barring up the doors so it can't get out or something. If you really wanted to, that's another little playability thing I always mention. And this piece in particular, I'm kind of annoyed if it's a sticker, because in the new Lord of the Rings set, the Uruk-hai attack that I've had since, I actually mentioned this in my review, this is a sticker, but you get exactly the same thing as the sticker on exactly the same size and length and piece, and but in Lord of the Rings it's a printing, here it's a sticker, it's kind of annoying. Just, it proves that they could have done it if they wanted to, but, they're just cheap. Can't be bothered to get up. Anyway, there's also these bits. Let me move it back a bit. These bits that I quite like as well. These little arch bits, and that's on basically every top surface. And also another thing you may notice is these little bits on top, the 2 chimneys, both at different levels. I think that's quite, And if you look at it from the outside, it does actually look completely in shape with the one we see in the film, and quite similar to what I always imagined when I read the book. In the interior that it's lacking, but it is, Lego do actually have the deal with most of their sort of people they work with, like when they work with LucasArts for Star Wars, and when they work with Warner Brothers for Harry Potter, and when they work with Disney for Pirates of the Caribbean and whatnot. They usually do it so that it's basically, they usually want it to look like a thing from the film on the exterior, and then they usually say to Lego, they don't care what it's like on the interior, just, they want it to be playable and fun for the child audience, which is, quite a large audience of Lego. Anyway, but I am going to move on to the interior now. And like I said, 4 sections, first section, exterior. Second section, ground floor, interior. This is where we see all the food. Here you can see there is. I'm going to take out some of the individual items first, just to show you. We have the grandfather clock. Again, stickers, but you know what you're going to do. There is a little table that I can't quite get out, but if you can, I don't know if you can see that there. Next to the grandfather clock, there is a little table with a lamp on, the same lamp we see upstairs in the top room. Then there's also, of course, one of the main things is the table. We see 4 cups, 2 goblets, and then the 2 like red cups that we see in a lot of the older Lego City sets. Then on the plate there is cherries. Comes with 3 in the set, only 2 are actually needed for it, so you know it's quite a nice thing to add to a collection if you don't want to take your set apart, but you quite like collecting food and stuff. It's quite nice to get an extra piece for it and stuff. Then we have the owl. The owls are basically the only printed things in these sets, other than the newspapers, which I'll move on to in a bit. It seems to be the things with the most intricate detail that they've done prints, and the other things we've just, you know, given up on and done stickers. This is the owl, and yeah, that has a print. Then it sits on the little green stool that is next to the bin. We also have a pan hanging up here, in case you haven't noticed that. Then we have these 2 spin chairs for Arthur and Molly. We have a broom, so that Molly can sweep up the room. And we have, of course, we have this little corner bit. I don't know how well you can see that unless. Right, I'm just going to move that out of the way. And then you can see that little corner bit more clear. And we do actually have things in these little bits. In here we have, I don't know if you can see that, but that is a bagel, a croissant even, not a bagel, don't know why I said that. The kind of croissants that you see occasionally in Lego, but not that commonly. It is quite nice on the inside, all the detail and extra stuff and that. And then in the drawers, we have, first drawer, I think, is knives. Let me check. Open it. Excuse me a sec. The first drawer is actually forks, but the forks piled on top of each other seem to have wedged the drawer in. So the forks are basically like the spanners you see in some sets, and it's not really that great because, you know, they could have. I think I see the problem here. The bit on the bit that has the bagel on seems to be in the way. So let me just. Yeah, here are the knives. They are just like the kind of knives that Will has in Indiana Jones Lego. I'm sure that some of the younger people in my audience won't really get me referring to Indiana Jones Legos. That is long gone now, but you know, I used to have it. Used to have quite a lot of it actually, but most of that's not constructed, so don't expect me to be doing reviews on that. My older fans would be quite interested in it. Then again, like I said before, they're kind of like the old versions of spanners before we got those fancy black ones that are like actually quite more like spanners. That's why I decided to use these for forks, probably. Right, now, I think I mentioned on here, as well as the actual drawers, you get the pile of plates, and then an actual sink in the very corner to wash them up in, and obviously the little bit that you can cook the croissants on. And then if you reattach this, I will move on to the 3rd section and the 2nd floor of the house, which features 2 beds, both of which are they've got the they have got the Chudley Cannons mattresses with the blue orange pattern on them. And then a little head at the top. And I will show you a closer look at the bed before, but this double bed here you can't get out without removing an entire section of the wall. So you know. But I will lift out this chest that has Hedwig on, and then Hedwig again has printing on the face, but also on his chest. I don't know if you can see that yet. It's different to the printing in the very old Harry Potter sets, because I have one of them that has no printing on, and the shaping is a lot worse, and the face looks a bit bland. But here we have what's inside the chest. It is basically it has 2 golden galleons, which are actually the same pieces of snitch, really, because Lego can't be bothered to make fancy new pieces for these things anymore. Although I admit it probably would take up the price of the set a lot more, but you know, it'd be nice to have at least I know I'm going off the topic a bit here, but it'd be nice to have at least a new piece for the snitch. And anyway, these are hidden. These gold is hidden underneath socks. Same ones that Dobby sort of has, which is basically just I'm assuming this isn't actually a Harry Potter's chest, but instead one of the Weasley families, because you know they're more likely to sort of hide the galleons under socks, because obviously they're not particularly rich, as anybody who's read the books, or it doesn't refer to it quite as much in the films, but you know, if you've read the books you'll know. And then here we also have, I'm not really going to be able to get this out very easily, but you may be able to slightly see the Chudley Cannons poster above the top bed. No, you can't even slightly see that, can you? But there is, again, it's a sticker, but you know what you're going to do. Chudley Cannons poster, pretty good. And now I'll move on to the 3rd floor. Here we have, the top of the 3rd floor is quite easy. I will actually put the camera up a bit here, seeing as we're going to be focusing on the top bit. Here you can see the very top floor is quite good. You've already seen the exterior, but then on the interior it has a bed, which is a lot easier to remove. And then if I just and you can take the roof off this bit quite easily. You know, you can take off this little section of roof and this one as well. And you can see, if I just pull this out, you can see his Quidditch poster. And then also they have the same lamp we see downstairs, as well as a printed version of the Quibbler. I don't know how well you can see this, but it does actually have writing, and it has the Quibbler. For Wizards in World's alternative voice, Harry Potter speaks out at last, and then at the bottom it has Nargles and the Mistletoe, which is basically just a bit of light reading for before you go to sleep. There is a Daily Prophet as well, which shows the breakout from Azkaban, which is actually from the 5th book, which is a bit weird when this is one based on the 6th film, but you know. So they have it, and again, the Quibbler is actually from the 5th book as well, because it's based on I don't know if it's actually referenced to that much in the movies again, but it's when Rita Skeeter comes back and does a piece about Harry Potter for the Quibbler to sort of like get people believing him when nobody believes about Voldemort, because they don't find out about him. Because most of the community don't believe him until the very end, when he's all got a bloody nose after him and Dumbledore have been in a fight with Voldemort. Anyway, I'll try and move this bed now. Oh my! Let me just get that. One of the golden bits came off. Actually, 2 of them came off, but You see there are golden bits that the best rest on, and then on the top there is a little bit for the head, and then the Chudley Cannon stripes. Anyway, seems weird saying this after all this time, but that is basically the set. Hope you enjoyed my review. Remember to listen to my others. I know some of you may be thinking this is long compared to my normal reviews, but I have faster Wi-Fi now, and I can upload a lot faster. And to be perfectly honest, I no longer have a reason to keep my video short. So, and this is still shorter than like the Brick Show's review of the Burrow, because they go into immense detail. I mean, I'm actually giving it to you quite swiftly, so be thankful. See you in another review, and not just another review. I'm going to review for Black Pearl soon. That's all I'm going to say. Bye.